Hey y'all, it's Joey C. VSG, and today is Wednesday, May 26th. I am officially 1 week post-op from Ruex-En-Y gastric bypass surgery. So if you've seen my other videos, you know kind of my story, but I'll go ahead and give the quick rundown before we jump right into things. I am Joey. I am 5'7". I'm 31 years old. I started my first steps of my weight loss journey at 350 undocumented. Highest recorded was 313. I have lost my notes, so let me go back to them. I had vertical sleeve surgery on Friday, May 6th of 2016 in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I did a 2-week pre-op liquid diet. At the start of that, I was 294.8. Day of surgery, I was 282.2. And my very lowest for my sleeve was 181.4. I had a baby in 2018 and suffered terribly from postpartum depression after that and got back up to 267.6. So that's when I decided to have gastric bypass surgery, to do a revision from the sleeve to the bypass, and I decided to go to Mexico to do that. I went to EOC, it's Elias Ortiz and Company, in Tijuana, Mexico, and I just got back. Technically, I got back from Tijuana on Sunday, but I just got home today. My starting weight for this surgery was 267.6. I did a 2-week pre-op diet for that as well and was 256. Got down to 256, and then as of today I was 250.2. So I've lost 6 pounds in the last week from surgery. So 6 pounds in 7 days. I'm pretty okay with that. So those are my stats. So let's talk about Ruex-En-Y gastric bypass. I guess I should change my name on here, but so many know me as Joey C. VSG, so I'm just gonna keep it. But I'm now Joey C. VSG and RNY. So yeah, I left last Tuesday. We live very close to the Mexico border. I live in Southern California, so we drove to the San Diego airport and parked our car at the San Diego airport, and an EOC shuttle picked us up from there and took us across the border to the EOC facilities. I will be talking about the good, I will be talking about the bad, I will be talking about my experience, what I saw happen with others. Anything that really stood out that I want to talk about is what I'm going to talk about, because it's my channel. So this might be a long video. I might kind of try to wrap it up pretty quickly. I'm not sure yet, so just bear along and we'll see what happens. So my boyfriend went with me. He accompanied me. He was my companion. With EOC, a companion can come with you for no extra charge. You have to pay for their food and their transportation, but there's not like a fee for having another person with you. So the very first thing that we did is we went from the airport across the border and then went to a facility to have chest CTs done. This is a COVID protocol that they're doing. It's not the typical way of life, but it's the new way of life. So chest CT, very first thing. Then we went from that facility to the hospital and we had blood work done and an EKG. And then we finally went to our hotel. So that was kind of a long morning. There was some waiting at the airport, then driving across the border, and then there are a lot of people. It's a lot of people having the surgery at the same time as you. So like 2 passenger vans full. So, sorry, my ring bell. My boyfriend's working on his car in the driveway, so that might go off a lot. So it's a lot of people. So there was a wait for the CT, then we went over to the hospital, there was a wait there. It was a waiting game, but I am part of a Facebook group for this company specifically, and I have seen a lot of people say waiting is a big thing and you just go with the flow. So I kind of knew what to expect, so I was okay with the waits. So once we got to the 5-star beautiful hotel, beautiful hotel, we had a meeting and got our room assignments, our room keys for the hotel room, and then we were just kind of free to do whatever we wanted for that evening. The hotel was gorgeous. There was a restaurant, a bar, and a casino on the lobby floor, so that was super fun. Obviously, you know, if you're going through the surgery process, you can't drink, but it was still fun to go out. There's a restaurant right across the street that works with the hotel. The hotel has 2 floors that are strictly for recovering medical patients. Medical tourism is a big thing out there, down there. And so 2 floors of this hotel are dedicated to hospital recovery. They have on-call nurses 24/7. They have nurses at the hospital. There's their own private lobby area to kind of relax if you want to get out of your room. The room service menu has a special menu for bariatric patients, which food for the patient is included. It was wonderful. But there's also a restaurant across the street that has chicken and beef broth. That was part of our clear liquid diet that we were allowed to have prior to surgery. Oh my gosh, it was to die for. Such good broth. You would think broth is just broth, but no, this was amazing. It was a steakhouse and their beef broth was out of this world. Very, very, very good. It's a couple bad things. There was a long wait at the airport when the driver picked us up. He was about 30 minutes late, which is okay. You never know about traffic or anything like that, but he was about 30 minutes late. And when he got there, there were 13 people just in my van. Everyone told him that his tire was low. He said, okay, no problem. So then we went to get our CT scan and came out and everyone told him his tire was low. So then we went to the hospital to have our blood work and everyone told him his tire was low. He kept saying it was okay. Well, it blew out while we were driving down this road. So luckily there was someone else's companion and then my boyfriend who know cars, and they were able to change the tire. The driver had no idea how to change a tire, what to do, nothing. And it was honestly a little embarrassing because he was a grown man, but my boyfriend and another companion were able to change it and we got on our merry way. And I know no straws for sleeve. I have not had a problem with gastric bypass using my straw. I'm not swallowing air. I don't have pressure. I don't have pain. But if you're watching this and you are a sleeve patient, do not use a straw. I'm just a cheater pumpkin eater. Okay, so then we just kind of hung out the rest of the night. We unpacked and I repacked my hospital bag. They told me that I had to be in the lobby at 6 a.m., that I was the first group of surgeries for the day. I was thrilled because down there, I have heard of people going back into surgery at 10 and 11 p.m. I did not want to not be able to eat or drink all day. I didn't want to have to wait around all day. I was thrilled to be in the first group. Well, then they called me at 9:30 p.m. Tuesday night and told me that I had been switched to the second group and I had to be there at 8:30, which I knew automatically that meant that I would be waiting much longer at the hospital to go back for surgery. I had no choice. I was still pissed. I was so angry. I was so angry and I was ranting and yelling and it was just bad. But then I told myself there was nothing I could do. I couldn't change it. I had no control over the situation and it was what it was. If I wanted to have the surgery, I would be there at 8:30. So I was there at 8:30. We got to the hospital and there was a lot of waiting. So we had to wait to get our rooms. Then we had to wait for the nurses to come in to put the IVs in. Then we had to wait for a general practitioner to come talk to us. Then our bariatric surgeon to come talk to us, and then go back for surgery. So one thing I noticed, and I had seen it on the Facebook group, is the IV sticks. So I guess this hospital and all of the staff is notorious for not being able to place a good IV. Either they blow the vein, it's not in right, they can't find the vein, multiple problems. So I had a roommate, and she was one of the problematic IVs. They stuck her probably 15 times, still could not get a good vein. They used a children's catheter. It kept blowing, and then her whole arm would swell up with fluid because it was just under the skin instead of going into her, and it was just an ordeal. Luckily, I'm terrified of needles, as you can tell by all my tattoos. I was a one stick. The guy that did mine got it first try. I have really good plump veins though, and then my IV was okay. But I did see that there was definitely some problems. Another girl that I was close with, she also had an IV issue, and so that was one of their things. I thought that was quite interesting. So surgery day, which was Wednesday the 19th, I did not go back to have my surgery until 4:50 p.m. So almost 5 o'clock in the late afternoon. And nothing to eat or drink midnight the night before, or that morning. So it was a very long day. I was able to pass the time with my roommate. We talked a bunch and hung out, and I went and saw other people around the hospital, and then took naps and did whatever I could to pass the time. I was going to vlog for you guys, and I brought my camera and I pulled it out, and I realized that my memory card was in my laptop, which I did not have with me, so I was not able to vlog any of my vacation while I was there, or my trip. So let me just look at my notes real quick. I got all that. Yeah. So they keep you in the hospital the night of your surgery and the night after your surgery. So, yeah. So the night of your surgery and the night after. So they keep you in for 2 nights, 3 days. And then you go back to the hotel, which is included in your total price. If you guys ever look into it, the hotel is included for the nights that you stay there. So we went back to the hotel. We were there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. It was just wonderful. It was beautiful. It was just fantastic. Not Sunday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Maybe that's what I said. Anyway, so Saturday, another girl and I went down to the shopping district, and we spent hours down there. I did about 15,000 steps 3 days after surgery. So I was pretty impressed with myself. And then we left on Sunday, came back across the border, and my boyfriend and I extended our trip in San Diego, and we got an Airbnb in San Diego for 3 nights, and it was just blissful. It was everything I needed. I'm still recovering, and I'll talk about pain in just a minute and all the physical stuff, but it was amazing. We had the very, very, very best time, and it was the perfect ending to the surgical vacation. So as far as my pain, it is definitely more painful than the sleeve. That I will say. I feel like I bounced back pretty quickly after the sleeve, and now I'm already a week post-op, and I'm still struggling. I'm struggling to stand up and lay down and sometimes walk. And I feel like today was the worst day other than the day after. I did sit in the car for 2 hours today, driving home from our vacation, but I kind of think that my body just like was a trooper through the whole time I was gone, and now today that I'm home, it's like, okay, you're done, and it's hitting me with all the pain. So when, I don't know if you guys have seen my way old videos, when I woke up from anesthesia after my sleeve, I was vomiting and dry heaving for 3 days, 2.5 or 3 days. It was horrible after having my sleeve. I found out from that I was allergic to Versed, which is an anesthesia that they give you to relax you before they anesthetize. And that's what was causing the vomiting, because I had another procedure after that where I had Versed and the same thing happened. And then I had 2 procedures without Versed and that never happened. So I have a mild allergy to it. So I told them this time, no Versed, and I was fine afterwards. I was very concerned. After surgery and once I was recovered and back in my room, I wasn't vomiting. However, I was spitting up. If you guys have already had the sleeve, you know, kind of like the foamies, and foam just kind of gets burped up into your mouth. Well, mine was blood. A lot of it. And it happened a lot. And they said that it was normal. I never had it with my sleeve, but I know the bypass is much different, so maybe it's a bypass thing. But I was very nervous about that. I was like, oh my gosh, I came to Mexico. What did they do? What happened? I was being that person. I didn't say that to anyone, but that's what I was thinking. And it went away, obviously, the next day. So, but it was very scary to be spitting up that much blood and having that big of an issue after I had surgery in a foreign country. I need to refill my water. So, okay, I'll keep talking about pain and then I will switch topics. So the pain has been tolerable, but definitely there. I don't know if I mentioned, but I have lost about 17 pounds since my pre-op diet. So I'm very happy with that. And then, let's see, excuse me, I did throw up twice, actually vomit, but I think that's because I ate my popsicle too quickly, which that's the mental part. And I've been away from my sleeve for so long, I have to retrain my brain and my body to sync together with what I need, taking small sips and not eating quickly. You should be eating like 3 tablespoons in 20 to 30 minutes. So I have to set a timer on my phone, like I'll get a Jell-O cup and I'll set a timer on my phone and I'll take a bite and time it and make sure it's over the course of 30 minutes. Little things like that, we got to do it. One thing that is super different about the sleeve and the bypass is there's no really tight restriction with bypass. With the sleeve, you have this new little pouch, you have this new little stomach, and it's all inflamed and teeny tiny. You can't hold hardly anything. Same goes for the bypass, but it's different because you're just going straight down into your pouch, which is, I think, the size of a shot glass. There's much more limited information on the bypass than there is the sleeve. I felt like I was a lot more informed when I had my sleeve versus with my bypass. So if any of you guys have bypass tips, please send them my way. But going back to the restriction, I am able to drink my fluids no problem. Water, sugar-free Gatorade, everything that's approved on my diet right now. Broth, protein water, not a problem. Not a problem. I had tea. I drink 2 of these a day. These are 32 ounces, I think. Yeah, 32 ounces. I drink 2 of these. A couple protein waters. I had a venti hot tea from Starbucks this morning. My fluids are absolutely not a problem for me to get in at all. So they say try to start, you want to get as much as you can a day, minimum of 64 ounces. In the beginning, they say that that's going to be very difficult. Typically with a sleeve, it is very difficult to get your liquids in. I am having absolutely no problem. I'm over 64 ounces a day. I feel great. And yeah, my incisions, oh, that's another thing that is so different, and I had never heard about this before. So I have 4 incisions, which with my sleeve I had 5. I'm pretty sure I had 5 with my sleeve. So I have 4 incisions, and they put a drain in, which was really surprising to me. I've never seen or heard of anyone having a sleeve or a bypass with a drain, but they put a drain in for everybody. So I have 4 incisions and a drain hole, which is just, they pull it the next day, but they place a drain. It was totally bizarre to me, but that's what they do there. So it was interesting. I have heard that people who get the bypass lose slower than the sleeve. The doctor actually told me that, and I didn't think that that was accurate. So if anyone knows, let me know. If you either know from experience or have read something, let me know if that's accurate, if the bypass loses slower. I mean, I lost very quickly with my sleeve, and I would be fine with losing at that speed or a little bit slower, but I don't know. I don't want it to take 3 years for me to lose this weight. I would like this weight to be gone, seeing that I paid cash for this procedure. So anyway, yeah, that is my surgery story, and I am so excited and I'm so happy, and I love your guys' encouragement. The people that wrote me little comments, thank you so much. I have missed you guys too. I have been dealing with mental health issues my whole life, but it's been pretty bad the last 2 or 3 years. So I have to really, really will myself and push myself to get on and make these vlogs. So I'm glad. I'm hoping I'm going to fall into a habit of it again like I did last time, and I really, really want to stay accountable to you guys. So I will do a skin flick in the next, I'm not going to put a timeline on it, but I will be doing a skin flick to kind of just show you where my starting body is. You guys will see my paniculectomy scar and what that looks like, and see where my body is starting out on this journey. So thank you guys again for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.